Another sort of political commentary video here regarding, in context to the video I did a day or two ago about the refugees and to some extent the asylum seekers coming into the country, refugees coming in unvetted, and the money, some of the money. Now, if I remember correctly, I think it was 2.6 billion for refugees, 8.6 billion or 8 something billion for asylum seekers. That was for 1 year, just 2023, using the government's numbers. Last time I looked, and I didn't follow up this time, on the backlog, I believe we have 500,000 asylum seekers backed up in the system, and I don't know how many refugees. I can't recall from last time, and I haven't looked this time. So you can do your own multiplication on that math. Now I come to my point. My Vaseline injured buddy Lee, he likes me to join him in the pub for a pint 2-3 nights a week because he really doesn't have a social life anymore. I've commented on him in the past. It's kind of a sad situation. He's a nice guy. Anyways, I don't know how many notebooks I've got piled up. I always carry some kind of notebook wherever I go. And I watch, the only news I watch, the mainstream media, happens to be at the pub. Anyways, my buddy Lee, what you got there? I said, well, and I just happened to have the notes in front of me because I just filmed the video about the refugees, the asylum seekers, and the money. He's shaking his head. He's going, when does this stop? We can't afford this. This is craziness. The government's out of control. And he's going on, he's shocked by it all. He's like, why don't people know about this? I said, well, Lee, whenever we get together and talk, I ask you what you're seeing on the mainstream media, because he watches the local news from Hamilton, he watches CTV, and he watches MSN from the States. What is it? Well, whatever. You know, the CBC's equivalent in America, whatever it is, right? So, of course, he thinks Trump's a bad guy because that's all the TV's telling him. But anyways, my point was, I pointed at the TV up on the wall, and I said, well, that thing, Lee, didn't tell you anything about this, did it? The CBC, the CTV, you watched them both. Did they talk about this ever? No. So, well, then, my point's made. It's going, well, I wouldn't know anything about this and a lot of other stuff if I didn't talk to you. Lee doesn't have a smartphone or a computer or anything. He has an old flip phone, and that's enough to, he can barely drive that, and he's got the mainstream media. So that's the whole point, Lee. That's why I plug along doing what I do. I don't know, maybe 300 people might see that video, and maybe 100 of them might not have been aware of this unvetted refugees coming in, and Lee's just like, and I often tease Lee just to annoy him because it is. I said, Lee, drop me off outside Ottawa. My car won't make it up there, and well, you know what I mean, right? Maybe. And he gets mad about that. Don't talk like that. Don't talk like that. After this conversation about the refugees and relatedly was so mad, I was like, maybe you will drop me outside of Ottawa now? Maybe I will. This really aggravates me. Yeah, it aggravates us all, Lee. But not enough people know about it.